Hello everyone, how are we doing tonight? Hold on, my volume is way up. My settings got a little janky from an update. Now they're all out of control. How's everyone doing tonight? Good to see everyone. Nin with a bin, good to see you on the stream. Alright, let's just wait for a couple more people to show up and then we will get this party rolling. How is everyone doing tonight? Tell me in the chat how you're doing tonight. What have you been up to? Love to hear from you guys. While I fiddle with my windows for a second. Okay. All right. So, what are we doing in this live stream? Well, we are going to recreate the Voyager probe, kind of. Not 100% replica of the Voyager, but we're going to get like the general idea of the Voyager probe, a Voyager-esque spacecraft, if you will. And we're going to fly it around in real solar systems. Now, real solar system is the 2-scale model of the actual solar system in SimpleRockets 2. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And kind of my goal is just to see if we can build a realistic recreation of the Voyager probe and how hard it would be to do that. So what I'm doing right now is putting together the body of the probe. So this will be the body. We've got 2 real fuel tanks here. And then the rest of these are actually just decorative. All these are just decorative to give it that octagonal shape. And we're going to go from there. So what is the Voyager probe? It's got a big antenna on the top. It's got a couple of different large probes. I think it has like a radio, an RTG coming out of it. And it doesn't really have any engines. I think it has some like RCS thrusters, but it doesn't have any real engines. So we're going to put an engine on it. That's kind of where our design is differing from the real Voyager probe, is that we're going to have an engine on ours. Nova, it's good to see you here. All right, so what are we looking at? We've got our octagonal structure. We've got our xenon fuel tanks here. So those are kind of the 2 biggest things we need. We've got our ion engine down here, which I'm going to crank up our fuel consumption a little bit on. 150 seems good. Let's build the antenna next. What do we want to do for the antenna? Let's start by turning the auto resize off, and then let's do... Can we stack inlets? Oh, we can. Perfect. Okay, we're going to do these. We're going to make the big hyperbolic antenna with inlets. So I'm going to start with one large wide one right there. And then we've got to... There we go. Got to do sequentially smaller sections going up from here. Like one more like that. Like that. That might do it. I think that looks good. Is the ion engine POG? It's pretty good for certain things. I think a lot of people expect the ion engine to do a lot of things that it really doesn't do. And if your expectations for it are off, then it's not great. But if you know what you're doing and you know why you're using an ion engine, it can be really good. So that's my answer for you there. Idiot99, what a username. Idiot99. A little self-deprecating, don't you think there, buddy? Alright, so we're going to... Yeah, I can put that there because that's attached to the inside fuel tank. All of these are not attachable for now, which is good. That's what we want. And I think 3-way symmetry. Rotate those like that. And shift them in, kind of like that. We'll do some finer adjustments here. Should those be like more like that? That might be too much. Hold on. Let's do a smaller degree change there. Like that. You should use the Vasimir. I could use the Vasimir engine now, actually. Now that I think about it, it is the Vasimir is available to me. How does the Vasimir compare to the regular ion engine? No performance data available for the ion engine. This actually has a thrust output, which is kind of a big deal. Hydrogen, nitrogen, helium. Hydrogen is so efficient. I could do. Hold on, let's try this out. I have 16.6 kilometers of delta V. And then with this, 3,550. So that's less. Hold on. How do I... Not liquid hydrogen. There we go. Hydrogen. That's so little fuel. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna stick with the ion engine for this mission. So go xenon and xenon for that fuel tank. Yeah. Yeah, it's got more thrust, more ISP, but it needs a lot bigger fuel tanks, and I think we're just gonna go with a tiny little ion engine here for this mission. That'll be fine for us. Alright, well, we need a power source. So let's talk about power sources. We need electricity. So we're going to do a little bit of a cheat, but only because real solar systems requires it of us, is we're going to make this huge solar array. Actually, not that huge. This big solar array, maybe just the one. Yeah, okay, we'll just do it the one. And then we're going to tinker down the size to like half that. No, less. 30%. And the reason is the scaling of the solar system is realistic, but the scaling of the actual light, the solar radiation that powers these solar panels is not scaled. And because that's not scaled, you like how to say this? Earth is as close to the sun as Eurydos is to Juno, if that makes sense. So the solar panels are, they feel like they're so much farther away from the sun because yeah, it barely gives you any power. They didn't scale up solar radiation with the size of the system. I don't think they can. That would actually be something that's kind of fun, is to have stars that have more or less solar radiation. I kind of want to, I'm going to scale these down in size a little bit more. Not in mass, but in size. And tuck them away a little bit. I don't like how they look. Maybe sit them there. That's less obtrusive, I guess. We can pull them out a little bit. And then down one more, so it's flush. That looks best. Okay. That might be the best for the design. Let's go with that. And then there was another thing. I was looking at a picture of the Voyager probe. It's got like the strut beneath it. It's got these two long antennae. It's got some like larger devices on it. There's a whole bunch. We're not going to replicate every little detail because that would take too long, and I'm not patient enough to do that. But we're going to try. We're going to try to get as many as we can reasonably. Oh, I also wanted to do the gold foil finish on these blocks, which I did this a bad way. Insulation, insulation, insulation. Okay. Paint. We'll do a gold, shiny gold finish. Can I not paint that fuel tank, please? Please? There we go. Ooh, it really doesn't like that. And because we're using the rectangular fuel tanks, the texture on this is way off. Hold on, let's see if we can fix that. Does that make it better or worse? Makes no difference. Alright, we're just going to have to deal with that. Sighted Ace, welcome to the live stream. Good to see you here. Yeah, I'm sure they could do it. I'm sure it's like one variable that you would just tweak a little bit and then it would be fixed. Okay, so here's what we're going to do next. Is there a way for me to attach? Okay, let's do it this way. Like that. Okay. Now I'm going to stretch that out. Like that. All right, and in with the bin. Have a good night. It was good to see you here for as long as you were able to. I'm glad you were able to come. Okay, we're gonna shrink that. It looks about. Maybe not. Hold on. Make that a little smaller, maybe. Shoot. I didn't mean to grab it like that. Hold on. This guy, you don't need to be resizing. You need to stay put. And then I need to flip this guy around again because I wasn't smart. Attach him. No, attach him right there. And then rotate him 180 degrees. Stretch him out. Okay, maybe that's the best way to do it. Let's change the part connection. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have this guy not detach, basically. So if I go to Tinker Panel again, and we go down to Stage Activation, and we set to none, that should do it. Okay, so now I can add another fuel tank, which we'll add right here. This will just be a empty fuel tank, and will be like the pad that we use to separate our craft. So that's empty. It's just sitting there. Okay. We've got our big antenna. We've got our solar panels, which we'll have them open for now while we're laying everything out and looking at it. What else? What else? We could have the instruments pointing down, I guess. That might be the way to go. So here's what I'm going to do. Select root, break symmetry, and now I can attach these to the surface without it mirroring for now. Let's add the instrument. So one of the instruments that was on the picture, they had this long boom that was attached to the side of the Voyager probe, and it had the RTG on it, I believe. I believe it had the RTG on it. Maybe it didn't. Maybe that's not what it was. But we're gonna do something similar with these inner stages here. If that attached. And do the Soyuz style. Okay, so we've got kind of this strut looks kind of like a strut. That's kind of what I'm going for here. Is something that looks like a strut. And I'm going to tinker panel this to be massless just because it's cosmetic only. And one more. Perfect. Okay. And then we need a light or something. We could probably do a beacon. And then I'm going to tinker the electrical consumption of the light. Hold on. That didn't attach, did it? There we go. Okay, that attached. We're going to use some tinkering. Make that bigger. So this is going to be our RTG, and I have the overload mod on thanks to a user suggestion, or not a user, but a viewer suggestion. So what we can do, we can go in here, and there should be a electrical consumption variable I can adjust. Beacon light. Damage, texture style, no. Should be in configure. Fuel line, including drag, mass scale, supports thermal mass ratio, inspector enabled. Where is this? Max drag, max temperature, heat shield, fuel line. Maybe it's not here. Maybe I can't use this. Center of mass. Oh, here it is. Power consumption. Negative. We'll go negative 1,000. No, negative 500? Negative 500. Because I believe it consumes 1 watt when powered, so negative 500, which means it'll produce 500 watts. And that's going to be our RTG. which is important for spacecraft that are traveling far, far away from the sun. So then we need a battery, of course. Let's build our battery now. I'm going to grab this. We'll use the battery here as the base for this component. Battery, one of these. Nope, maybe the other way. There we go, battery, 41 kilograms for the battery. And then let's drag this guy down to the bottom. Cool. All right, let's finish the antenna. We didn't actually finish the antenna. I wanted to make one small change. Scoot that just a little bit farther in. And what we can do is we can add a empty cosmetic fuel tank. How do I open the XML editor tab? That is a mod that I'm using. It is not stock. It's called the Overload mod. You can download it on the SimpleRockets website. But it lets me, I can click this button here and edit the XML properties of any part. Without that, you would have to go into the XML file and edit it directly, which I've done, and it works, but it's a big pain in the ass sometimes. So it's very nice if you want to make a lot of small adjustments to things to make it work better for a project. Okay. Let's do Tinker Panel, mass scale off. And I'm going to shrink this guy down and put him there. Mass scale off. We don't need... we don't need any fuel in these, because that's just a cosmetic part right there. Perfect. Okay. What else? What else? Any suggestions? What should I add? What should I add to this probe? We've already got this big RTG boom right here. I know it had two big, like long, what's the word? I guess they were radio antennas? I don't actually know what they were. Oh, hold on. Cited Ace. If you go into an XML for a fuel tank and replace solid 1 with interstage 4, you can make it look like a Soyuz style while not having to deal with interstage shenanigans. Let's find out if that's true. Interstage 4. Why? Oh, look at that. Oh, look at how beautiful that is. Okay, one moment, please. Wait, hold on. I still need that. Okay, all of you go away. Oh, what a wonderful fact that is. Interstage 4. I don't know how you know that. That seems like a kind of random thing to just know. But I'm so glad you do. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Do I have commo? What's commo? I don't know what you're referring to by that. Maybe I do. While you're telling me what commo is, I'm going to rotate that down. Should I rotate it up or down? I feel like down's the way to go, and then we can just have this. Not what I wanted to do. Hold on. Yeah, I think down's the way to go. You can do the same with inlet 1. Nice. I would assume that you can do that with any part then, is change the appearance of the fuel tank to look like any of those other parts. Like, I would assume it works with fairings as well. Comms. Do I have comms? Oh, do I have like a radio antenna? We're working on that. That was what I was going to work on, and then you have, you made a remark that distracted me. Yes, the Voyager does have comms equipment, and that is what I'm going to work on now. So we're going to have two of these little guys, which I'm going to scale. Oh, I forgot the hinges on these are stupid heavy for no reason. We'll let that one be the same weight, but this guy we're going to have to make a lot smaller, or it wouldn't make any sense. That's one hinge, two hinges. Yes, the Voyager does have communications equipment. It has radios, and that is why we are able to talk to it and know where it is. It's also how it sent it sent information back to us. So that's how we can communicate with it. It's very important to be able to communicate with your spacecraft, I would say. It's not a professional opinion, it's just my opinion. Let's angle that one that way, that one that way. And then we're going to put these on activation group 1. These are going to be the radios. And let's see. I want to make this pretty narrow. Is that narrow enough? That feels narrow enough. That might not be enough of an angle, though. Let's rotate one more in each direction. And then scoot that guy in. Got to get it off the grid a little bit. Just shift it over. There we go. That looks better. Let's put the other radio antenna on. Okay, so those are our radio antennas right there. Yeah, okay, so if it glitches out, keep it at 100% mass. I'll keep that in mind. I'm not too worried about it because these are going to be reduced in mass as well. These are supposed to just be very thin radio antenna. Like, very thin. We'll do 0.3 for both of them. 0.3, yeah. Very thin rods. They only weigh, how much does this weigh? 3 kilograms. Okay, yeah, these hinges should be plenty strong. I'm actually going to reduce their speed, though. I don't need it to be that fast. Yeah, 20% speed's good. And this guy, yeah, we'll do 20% for him as well. And we'll put him on activation group 2. And I will put the RTG itself on activation group 2 as well. And we're actually going to go into the Tinkerbell and we're going to increase the mass of that all the way up. Hold on. XML editing time. Beacon light part. Mass, 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 mass. Is that not an option? It's definitely, it's an option for sure. Activation stage 0, no. Stage override, false. Drag. Okay, I'll just go mass scale then. And we'll do 75 kilograms. Apply. Label your activation groups. I will get to that when I get to that. We are not at that stage of the build yet. Okay, 15 degrees. Let's crank these guys down and in to the probe so they're out of the way. Wait, can I? There we go. Okay, that's pretty good. What else? What else? Let's look back at that picture. It's got like random stuff hanging off of it. There's one thing that I know I need to add, but then a bunch of it's just random stuff hanging off of it. Oh, here's a thing. Here's a thing that I need to remember to do because I was told I should do it. Is, can I put an inlet over this center fuel tank? Is it going to let me? Yes. All right, we're going to do the same thing we did here, right? Enter stage 4. Apply. Rotate that around. And part connections. Bottom shell connect. There we go. Okay, now we don't have to deal with the nonsense there as well. Awesome. Okay, so we've got that. And that should be able to be connected to a whole lot simpler, so I don't have to deal with that at all. What happens if I had negative mass? It's totally possible to have negative mass in this game. I don't think... I don't remember what it does, though. Here, I'll show you real quick. Let's take this fuel tank. Go to, not attach points. Configure. There we go. Mass scale, mass scale, mass scale. Mass scale. -1. Negative 700 kilograms. That's what it does. It's not that interesting, actually. So I'm going to turn that off now because I don't want that to be a thing. One. Oh, also, hold on. I just realized that's... Okay, yeah, 75 kilograms. That's good. I don't remember what having negative mass does in this game. It's not that exciting. I do know that. It is not like, ooh, cool. It's more like, more boring than you would realize. Why is this not letting me shut those? Please shut. Shut, please. Ah, okay. Start, closed, and then I'm just going to ignore them for now. Okay, what else? There's like... Oh, there we go. I don't know why I was not remembering how that works. What else should we add? We need some control systems. We need some gyroscopes. That's a for sure thing. Let's make them pretty small. Oh, I'm not... shoot. Okay. Throw that away. Not going to deal with that. I forgot that I had turned the grid off, and now all of my parts are probably weird sizes. Okay. I'm going to turn everything... What the heck is going on here? Excuse me. Why are my controls freaking out? I should be able to turn this off. All off. All on. All... Ah! Hold on. Alright. Weird, the UI is not updating properly. And that's just not working. Okay, hold on. Something is up with my mouse. We are having a bug issue. Hold on, I'm going to save this real quick. What do we want to call this? We're going to call this the ISS Janeway exit. I'm going to reload the building space. That was super weird. Like, my mouse wasn't working properly. The UI wasn't updating properly. Strange. Okay, so I wasn't going crazy. The game was actually being weird. Is it updating properly now? If I go part connections? Yes. Okay, there we go. All those part connections should be off finally. I'm going to attach our control system. There we go. All right, we're back in business, everyone. We're back in business. No need to fear. We're back in business. We're going to do a smaller gyroscope than that. 7% power. And we'll do 4-way symmetry and bury it inside so it's not visible. It'll just be tucked away right there. So we've got our gyroscopes. What else do we need? Do we need RCS fuel on this? I don't think so. We've got an engine. We've got that. I think we're good on RCS. We're not going to need that. There was one other scientific instrument I wanted to add. There's like the camera suite that we can do. So the camera suite might be good to have. We could attach that. Let's do that. We're going to do a strut, I think. No, let's do our fuselage part that we did before. Turn its parts connections on. Oh, it's behaving weird now. Turn all the part connections on. Turn them all off, but this part maybe? That's fine, I guess. Okay, that works. We're gonna have a smaller strut. Like that. Actually, can I shift this tinker panel? Part scale down. If I zoom it out like that and then part scale it down. There we go. That looks a little better. And then attach it to the side of the fuel tank. Now I can drag that out. And that changes the look a little bit, but it also changes the scale of the adjusty knobs. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. We'll leave it at that. Now I just need like a little itty bitty fuel tank to attach to the end of this. If it'll let me. Do I need to rotate this? Is that what it wants me to do? Does it want me to rotate this? I'll rotate it if it needs me to. I'll do that. There we go. Okay. Shrink that down. Boom! Welcome to the live stream, bud. It's good to see you again. Glad to have you here. I am tinkering around with this little block right now. That's all I'm doing. Okay, so this will be one part of the instrument. Let's go with the panel texture there. Tuck it in. Yeah, that would be nice. It's very frustrating when they don't, and then they're like way out there around the part instead. What should we add to this guy? What should we add to this guy? I think a couple of lights would be in order. Maybe a beacon. No, not a beacon light there. Hold on. I want to do a beacon light on the side, like that. That's better. How big is this? Hold on. I want to put a astronaut down for scale. Yeah, it's fairly large. That's about the right size for this probe. Okay, we've got a beacon light. Let's do like a 4-way symmetry on that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should I hide the base or no? That kind of looks... That's interesting enough. Let's do a pulse and then a color for that. Do red. Red's a little like ominous. Orange? Orange could be good. I am adding Voyager 1 stuff. Well, I'm trying to add Voyager 1 stuff. And failing. But I am trying to add things that look Voyager-esque. That is the general goal of what I'm doing here. Another thing I realized, and I'm going to change this again. Oh, shoot. I made a mistake there. Undo. Undo. Part connections, turn them all on again. Cooperate, please. Por favor. Por favor. Damn it. There we go. Okay. What did I want to get rid of that? I just want to turn everything off but that guy. Is that too much to ask? Rotate him around so he's 180 degrees off. Now set him down. Now widen him out a lot. Shrink him down. And tuck him in like that. Like that. That also helps with the Z fighting we were seeing earlier. Can shrink that down now. And then do that. Now if I bring him... Well, first let's bring him down. There. Now if I drag him down to about there, and then I can scale him out. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. And then we're gonna make like a teeny tiny little adjustment here. No, that's fine. I've decided that's fine. It's like poking out here, but I don't think I'm going to be able to fix that easily enough for it to be worth the effort. So we're going to leave that as is. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good start there. We've got this little beacon guy, which I'm not going to put him on hinges. He's just going to exist there on the side. What should we add to him? We can add a camera. We could add a camera. I don't want to add a camera, though. No, I'm going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to do... Turn everything on first. I'm going to do a docking port. Because I kind of like the look of the docking port, but we're going to bring down its mass. Bring down its mass. And scale it down a lot. Just have it attached to the end there, you know? Bring it in like that, maybe. I kind of like how that looks. Maybe we only do radial 2, and then we attach something else here. We could do like another barrel next to it almost. Kind of like that. You see where I'm going with this? I'm kind of freeballing the idea right now. I'm just doing whatever comes to mind. Reckless abandon, you know. I'm just messing around. Go away, please. Let's shrink him down just a little bit more. And then you just a little bit more. And then we'll do radial symmetry on him. Oh, I could do... Here's what we'll do. We'll change this. 1, nope. 2. 1 and 2. And then for the one in the middle, all of them. All of them. That looks pretty good. And if... Ow, shoot. I didn't mean to drag it. I didn't mean to drag it. Oh, no. Okay. I just need to make the smallest little... That's fine. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Okay. We got that, and we could add, like, some nose cones, maybe? Maybe another fuel tank to the bottom here. Fun fact, I know all the lyrics to that song. Nice. It's a fairly famous song, Hello Darkness, My Old Friend. So, kudos to you for knowing all the lyrics. Okay, that's not going anywhere. I'm not loving how that's turning out. I don't know. I didn't really have a solid idea of what I wanted to do with that one, and now I don't like it. So I'm scrapping it. At least I'm scrapping part of it. Let's change this. Let's do square instead of circular. Is that? Yeah. Okay, no, that works. That just doesn't look right for some reason. Maybe we do need to do circular. Yeah, I guess that just doesn't work quite right. Yeah, okay, so we'll keep it with circular. I don't know. What do you guys think I should do with this right here? What do you think I should do? How do I make this look interesting? I guess there are some of the components in here we could add on. Hold on. Do I have my... Let's do that first. Could do like 4-way symmetry on this guy. And then like mass scale or part scale it down. Shift them forward. Oh, mass scale it as well. Those are not that heavy. That looks like something at least, right? That looks like something. We could have another beacon light on there. We'll do activation group 2 with this one as well, and we'll have like double blink maybe. Boom says square. I don't know. I mean, this is square. I think I'm going to leave that there. That, honestly, that might be as good as this is going to get, design-wise. Yeah, okay. We're going to call it good with that. I'm going to test it out before we take it out to the launch stand proper, just to make sure everything works. But yeah, as far as I can tell, that's where I'm going to draw the line on effort here. Because there are other things that I need to get to in the stream, like actually flying the thing. It would be kind of lame if we didn't actually fly it. 1, okay. And then add this guy. So this will just be, I guess, the structural support for the rocket. So that's our inner stage. Like that. So that it'll sit on a rocket kind of like that. We can empty that out. It's just a structural tube there. Yeah, yeah, I know. I'll mass tinker stuff when I'm doing stuff like this. I mass tinker components down all the time because they're so much heavier than they need to be. Put the light back on with the four-way symmetry. Okay. Yeah, I kind of did like that. Maybe I'll scale the lights down a little bit or do like a different arrangement. I did like the lights like that, but I just wasn't satisfied with how the rest of it was coming together. So let's test that. We gotta load RSS first, which is a lot because there's 23 different planets and the game lags as you load this thing initially. But it's not freezing. We're there. We're on planet number 5. We're loading up the moon now. 6, Mars. There. We're doing just fine. So I'm going to give it a second to do that. In the meantime, how are you guys doing tonight? Welcome all the newcomers to the stream. We are building a Voyager style probe, and we are going to send it to Jupiter and Saturn, like the Voyager mission, and then we will try and kick it out of the solar system on a interstellar journey. It should be very interesting, so I hope you are all ready to watch and enjoy. How are you guys doing today? Spinny bit, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. It's fine. Attach a random electric motor to the side of some sort of experiment. Ooh, yeah, the electric motor actually does have a cool look. I like the fins. We could definitely do something with the electric motor. That's a good idea. I like that. What else? What else? Any other suggestions? I'm doing good. How about you? I'm doing good as well. Yeah, I finished a ton of work last week, and I actually have basically a month off of work, so I'm going to be doing a whole lot more with the channel in the next month. I'm very excited about it. Hi, Patch. Welcome to the stream. We're playing in your solar system again. Boom. I'm glad to see you're doing okay as well. All right, so here is our probe. Let's see if it explodes. Okay, so that needs to go down. Those extend nicely. I don't think I have anything on slider 2 either. That's not bad. I feel like there should be something jutting out kind of in on this side over here. Like there's a bunch of empty space over here that could be used. Oh, we also have our solar panels. Let's deploy those. And this is producing negative 2.5 watts. That's cool. Way, way, way more than our things here. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with the RSS runway being buried. That's a little unfortunate, right? Like you can see most of the runway's fine, but then this end of the runway is underground. Weird. Oh, I realize now. These actually need to... Okay. It's like 5 degrees. Okay, we're going to adjust the extension ranges on those hinges because I just realized that because we have them at like a maybe 10-15 degree angle, then when we fully extend them, they're actually overextending. So that's a problem. Let's look at the rotation. 5 and 15. I think that's what that is, 5 and 15. So if I do 75 and 85 respectively, that should fix it. Oh, yeah. I will pretend to understand what that means. But yeah, I can totally see that. See how that'd be an effect. Oh yeah, the other thing, this is super overpowered because I misguessed the power consumption on it. It's going to be less than that. So if we halved it, negative 250 would have 1.25. Let's do negative 100. That's probably still going to be plenty of power. 1/5. So 500 watts? Yeah, 500 watts should do it. Okay. We'll give it one more test run, and what else? We could also... I kind of want to change the color of these satellite rings here. There we go. All. Oops, that was the wrong one. Let's do silver for that one. That's better. And then for this one, we're going to do just like a custom smoother, kind of like that. Yeah, that looks better. If you want to have a visual demonstration of what happens with Runway Open Earth in Planet Studio and hold the R button. Oh, well. We could do that some other time. I'm not going to do that right now, but I appreciate the input. Let's leave that there. I think we're going to do one more test just to make sure. This should load a lot faster now that we've loaded up the system the one time. The big antenna should have more range, so it can point forward like the real Voyager. I'm not sure what that means necessarily. This does point forward. Okay, let's extend these out and make sure that they all go the right way. Negative 500 watts, that is the appropriate amount of power generation. That's consuming 5 watts. Let's extend those out. Well, I forgot to calibrate this guy, but everything else is extended out the right way. The Voyager has a RTG, or radioisotope thermoelectric generator. I am aware. That is why I have an RTG part right here generating 500 watts. Little XML tinkered light right there. It does wonders. So we've got that there. I am accounting for that. Radioisotope thermal generators are actually very interesting because they generate heat via a thermal gradient and nothing else. So it's all solid state. Nothing's moving in there. It's literally just there's a hot side and a cold side, and because there are two different metals at different temperatures, it generates an electric voltage across them, which is wild. And it doesn't really make any sense, but it does. That's how it works. It's crazy. So I'm a big fan of RTGs. I think they're super neat, and we definitely included one on this because we're gonna need that extra power generation. I've got the solar panels, but they're just not going to be enough when we get out, out deep into the solar system. Let's add one more thing. There's two more things I want to add to this thing. I want to add one more thing to this side of the spacecraft to make it a little less boring. We're going to start with the piston. Then I'm going to attach just to the side like that. We can extend it out. I might do the electric motor was suggested. And just turn these all down to nothing. It's just floppy. Has no power consumption. Tinker panel, turn the mass, not the part scaling. Maybe scale it down a little bit. Mass scale it down. That's going to be just an experiment sitting right there. And then what do we need? We need to increase this range. Also, mass scale down on this thing because it doesn't weigh 70 kilograms. That wouldn't make any sense. There we go. Okay. Let's tuck that in. Attach that motor. And then just shim that in a little bit like that. And then we could do all silvered like that. That's one look. Kind of white there. Yeah, it looks good. Might do it like that. That looks fine, I think. That is sufficiently good looking of a device. Yeah, Voyager 1 makes 470 watts at launch, enough to power 3 lamps. That is true. This is doing 500 watts, which is actually fairly accurate to the real specs. So, yeah, that is true. I don't know what else to say to that other than correct. You just stated a fact. We're going to make these narrower. I didn't like how thick those were. Same for this. Make it narrower. Like so. Let's also change the texture on these. No, not the simple texture. Let's do hexagons for now. That looks fine. Are we playing with the budget? No, we're just playing for fun on this one. And we need, oh, we need a camera. We need a camera part for sure. Let's see, camera part, there it is. Turn all the part connections on again. We're gonna slap the main camera there. Rotate it around like that. And then shift it down like that. Pad position off. Field of view variable. Zoomed in field of view. Zoomed out field of view. We'll do 60, and then we're going to XML edit the zoomed in field of view. Down to 5. We're going to go with 5 for now. Yeah, I don't know where the hexagon name is coming from either. Those aren't hexagons. They don't look even remotely like hexagons. I don't get it. We're going to part scale this down as well. And shift it. Turn the grid off, shift it, kind of like that. Okay, so we've got a little camera on top of our radar just so we can point it at things and it'll look at things. And that's all hunky-dory and jolly. All right, launch vehicle time. What did the Voyager launch on? Let's find out. Voyager 1 launch vehicle. Any second now, this will load and I'll know the truth of what it launched on. A Titan III Centaur. I don't know what that looks like. Oh, I do know what that looks like. It's the guy with the freaking crazy solid rocket boosters. I mean, massive solid rocket boosters. Why am I putting a camera on a parabolic antenna? Shut up. Don't talk to me. Don't question it. Just don't question it at all. Yeah, so the reason I'm putting a camera on a parabolic antenna is because I just want to be able to point this at things and have a camera and take pictures of the moons as we fly by them. Literally no other reason. It's not realistic. It doesn't make any real sense. I know. I don't care. This is all just for show. Let's see. We could add a couple more lights. Maybe just like slap a light there. Turn the frequency down. Maybe make it smaller. Smaller this way. There we go. Have like kind of a couple offset like that. That looks good. All right, so let's do the rest of the rocket now. I think we're ready. We're doing a Titan III Centaur. Titan III rocket. I'm trying to find like a good. Here we go. That's a good picture. Long, with 2 huge solid rocket boosters and a very long fairing. We might skimp out on the fairing, but we're not going to skimp out on the idea of this rocket. I don't know what the actual diameter is, so I'm just going to default to 3-meter diameter. And I need to put this back on, or it will come back to haunt me. 5. Okay, that's good. Let's add our fairing. There we go. Okay, now I can add the part connections. Let's see, bring this out to 4. Is 4 going to cut it? 4.5? 4.4? No, please don't. We're done messing with the probe. Probe's done. I think so. Okay. 6 meter tall, and then the nose cone. 4 meter tall. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's get rid of the texture, because the texture sucks so bad. So much. It hurts to look at. What did the Centaur run on? This was the... What is this? Titan III fuel. Let's find out real quick. I'm going to guess Keralox. Oh! Aerozine. It's a hypergolic. That's fun. All right, we're going to play with hypergolic fuels today. We have that. Jonathan Winters, welcome to the live stream. It's good to have you here. Everyone, this is the first and currently only official member of the channel, Jonathan Winters. He is better than all of you. His name's in green to show that. I don't actually mean that. Don't take that seriously. If you take that seriously, please stop taking that seriously. Yes, we have a member. He is an official member of the channel. So everyone treat him nicely. I'm gonna go smooth on this for now. We're just gonna go textureless. But it does have silver and white as its two textures. We're gonna slightly let's keep that glossy. I'm gonna make this guy slightly increase the metallic. That looks pretty good. All right, we're gonna go with that. Can't undo caps. Well, that sounds like a personal problem. Let's see. Silver, white, and then the engine. Okay. All right, we are cooking with gas now. I've got the idea of what I want to do with this. I don't know what the second stage looks like, so we're just going to guess based on, I don't know, based on what I want to do. Which is this. We're going to do this guy. Kerosene, let's add our engine. We'll just start out with the basic mage engine, but we're going to do the bell. I really don't know. Titan 3 upper stage engine. Let's just look it up. Let's do some research. Let's find out. The Wikipedia article on the Titan 3 is probably the best way to find out a lot about a rocket really quickly. It's definitely not an electric. Zero stage solid rocket boosters. First stage is second stage. Here we go. Yep, all the liquid rockets are powered by those. Here, LR91 is a... what type? Gas generator. All right, basic bitch gas generator. We're going to do a gas generator 1. Yeah. Okay, so it's nothing fancy there. We'll do that groove pattern. Make the bell a little longer. Like that. What's our thrust to weight ratio? Oh, I guess our staging is probably all super jacked up, right? Delta V. Staging. Thrust to weight ratio of 2? That's a little powerful, don't you think? Oh, hydrogen. Nope, we're not doing hydrogen. We're doing Aerozine 50, but it's not Aerozine 50, it's NTO. N2O4, that's dinitrogen tetroxide. Yeah, we're gonna go NTO and Aerozine 50. That's probably as close as I can get it. Thrust weight ratio of 8.5. That's good. Let's bring that out a little bit. Also going to shrink this down. Do some symmetry there. Actually, no, not symmetry there. Because we're going to do something here. We're going to do something. Can I connect? Yes! That's what I wanted to see right there. Okay, let's bury this guy to about there. Shrink down that, make it a little narrower. We'll do that, and then let's add the interstage. Connect the interstage there, and shrink it down. Perfect. That looks really good in my mind. I don't know if it looks really good in everyone else's minds, but it looks good in my mind. Right there. Okay, so we're going to start... oh, shoot. Connected to the wrong one. There we go. Will the craft be released to the website? No, I'm actually changing the policy with how I release the links to crafts. Some of them I will release to the website. Some of them are going to be a little bit more exclusive. They're going to be members only. Trying to incentivize people who want to be members give them a few extra perks. So any crafts that I build on live streams or for videos, I'm going to be making members only. So for some of you, that means you won't be able to play with this. For one of you, that means you will be able to play with this. And you know who I'm talking about. Oh, also, I forgot. I don't think I fixed this, did I? No, I did. But these are sticking out of the fairing now. That's a problem. Do I need to do 5 meters? Okay, we did 5 meters. I also did 7 meters long just because that seemed a little too short, respectively. Okay, now we're going to add the big first stage. Like that. 8. And then the rest of the way down maybe to 10 meters. Let's look at the picture again. I'm just getting the general proportions of this. Yeah, about that. And then, is there a good look at the first stage engines? First stage, core stage, LR87 had 2 of them. And what is their fuel cycle? They're also gas generator, but they're big boys. Yeah, okay. So 2 big boy gas turbine generator engines. Let's see. I'm going to need this. I'm going to mirror it, and then I'm going to rotate it. Negative 180. No. That wasn't the right angle. There we go. 0, 0, 0. We'll shift that in. Two-way radial symmetry, I meant to say earlier. We'll do the Mage engine for them. We'll do gas generator 2, but not that big and not that nozzle. The H1, that looks so dumb, the H1 engine. They're just basic cone. They're cone gas generators. I'm going to shrink them down a little bit in size, and I'm going to rotate them so their turbine is outwards. And then we'll shim them in like that. Maybe it would be better to do gas generator 1 and then just scale it up. They don't need that long of a nozzle. We'll do that nozzle for now. Let's rotate them around again because I changed it. Like that. How's that look? Is that going to be enough though? Thrust to weight ratio of 1.1. It's not. Let's scale this up again to 110%. 115%. 115. That's better. That's better. Okay, so what we can do now, I'm going to add a fuel tank here. Shrink that down. So this is going to act like a shroud. That's what it's going to do, basically. Do both. Do no texture. Oh, yeah, let's add make sure we've got the two-way seamless edges on all these parts. Make it look nice. There we go. All right, 1.42 thrust to weight ratio. Let's see how that changes when we go to nitrous oxide and Aerozine 50. It's less. It performs worse. That's not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see it perform better, not worse. We've got 6,000 meters per second at delta V. That's not quite enough. Oh, but you know what? You know what, guys? We're forgetting a crucial fact. I don't need to have a good thrust to weight ratio on this stage. Do you know why I don't need to have a good thrust to weight ratio on this stage? Guess what? We have 2 massive solid rocket boosters that we're putting on this bad boy. I mean, massive. They're freaking huge. Let's see. Let's put that guy there. I don't even know if this is to the right scale. This could be way too small for all I know. Let's grab this guy. And they're bigger than the core almost. They're like 2 meters in diameter, I think. Or 2 meters in radius. 4 meters in diameter. That looks about right for proportion. And then I'm not going to use the normal nose code. I'm actually going to do a series of smaller fuel tanks to get the right shape here. Higher. Less high. About there. Smaller. 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 That looks pretty good. Yeah, okay. That looks pretty good. Thick thrusters. Yeah, these are massive solid rocket boosters. I mean, I didn't think that I was doing this right, but no, it's... Yeah, they're like big freaking boosters. I'm not going to do any special texture with those. I don't think. I could do... No. Isn't there one? Yeah, if I did like this... No, like... 3? That's too much. 2? That's more like it. They did have a texture to it, but then what if I did like 12? There we go. 10. 25. Basically make it smooth in that direction. That looks super bad. We're just going to go with like 8, so that doesn't look too bad. What did the solid rocket boosters look like? What kind of nozzle did the solid rocket boosters have? Consulting Wikipedia again. Cones? Yeah, they were cones. Oh, they were the off-centered ones too. That's right. I remember these. All right, we're gonna do a solid rocket booster. That's too small. Silly solid rocket booster. We're gonna do a cone. It's gonna be big, short, and it's like off by not 15 degrees. There's no way it's 15 degrees. 10 degrees maybe. We're gonna add a second fuel tank that's smaller, so I can get this right. No, 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 no. Shoot. Okay. Try that again. Make it smaller. There we go. Okay. Now I'm gonna rotate this. Maybe just 5 degrees. World, shift it up. Like that. Maybe even more. Like that. Does that look good? This part of the craft, I don't really care if it looks right. The launcher. It's more the probe that I was worried about. Okay, that's an attempt. No, that's off. Okay, hold on. Let's change the diameter of these. I don't know, guys. What am I missing here? What am I doing that I'm off on this? It generally looks right. It's the right general shape. Cones, orange boosters. Were they orange? They weren't orange. They were white. I'm looking at a picture of it. They were white. UA120 Titan 3E. They had like... I'm missing a lot of the detail because I'm just not going to do the detail. Let me see if I can get a better image of this. Oh, and it had that weird like second tank hanging off the side of it, which I didn't get. I'm not going to do that part. Yeah, we're just going to leave it. That's pretty much Good to go. In my mind, that's good enough. It's good enough for what we're doing tonight. I don't know if I really want to invest more time into trying to figure that out. I think we're just going to have to say send it. Doesn't need to be that tall, though. Looking about the pictures a second time, that looks better. All right, let's take a look at our performance, and then let's worry more about the aesthetics. We have boosters, side interstage, mage engines. These need light at the same time. So we have the boosters and that, then the side interstages, then that interstage, then that. That can probably go down here. That's better. That's a lot better performance-wise. 9,000 meters per second at delta V, roughly. Almost 10,000 meters per second at delta V between those two stages. Maybe even, yeah, that might actually be over 10,000. That's pretty good. Is it gonna be enough, though? The Titan booster nose cone. You mean the top here? It might be. Yeah, they are. They're a little longer. Like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks passable in my mind. Let's throw the nose cone on there anyway, and then just flatten it. Like, flatten it like that. That'll actually, I think that improves the aerodynamics a little bit. Talking more about just the aesthetics of the rocket. Is there anything we want to adjust here? Look at our upper stage. I like the upper stage look. It's not super accurate, but it looks good. And that's more my concern. I'm very curious to see the exhaust color of the Aerozine and nitrous oxide. I don't do a ton with hypergolics, so I'm very curious to see how that looks. What does the launch base look like? I'm not sure. Since we are launching on real solar system, we're going to need a launch pad. Thrust vector control tank. Very interesting. Didn't know that. I don't even know what that necessarily means. A thrust vector control tank. Okay. Well, whatever that means, I'm sure it's important for some reason. We're going to add side interstages with these fuel tanks here. Dead weight, no fuel. This, I'm not even going to bother about trying to make this look good. A hinge part. I need a hinge. Give me a hinge. Give me a hinge. Give me a hinge. Thank you. Okay, is that gonna... Oh, shoot, it flipped anyway. Dear Lord. Is it gonna be fine? Will it work if I do that? It might. Speed. Floppy range. Not quite 90 degrees. We'll say 70 degrees. We'll make this a little narrower, too. And... Oh, come on. Go, just attach, 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 attach. Thank you. Then add another fuel tank to the hinge. Flatten that. Thank you. This guy, we're going to make a rectangle. Actually, we'll make both of these a rectangle. I don't need them to be circular. And no texture. We're just doing a very basic thing here. Really stretch these guys out in width, though, like that. And then paint it something dingy so I don't notice it. Mass scale on these. Tinker panel, mass scale through the roof. Actually, even more so than that. Mass scale 5, we'll do 100. I want it to effectively be bolted to the ground, so those are super heavy and shouldn't let it launch. Okay, so we have interstage. Oh, I left the auto interstage off. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, put those there. Put those there. Get rid of that. Engines light. No. Engines light, and then the interstage releases it. Then, man, I hate the auto stage so freaking much. Why does it suck so bad? Okay, then those separate, then the fairing, then the second stage, and then the probe is released, and then the ion engine burns. Make a triple booster. No, I'm not going to do a triple booster. Okay, we're going to leave it at that. We're going to leave it at that. I'm putting it on the launch pad. 720p with quality stream is impressive compared to other SR2 channels. It's still at 720p. It's been like 3 months. Dude, I am broadcasting at 1080 right now. I've checked my settings. I went through, updated my software. It's at 1080p. The game is running at max resolution. I'm looking at it right now, and it's definitely... Oops, that broke. Uh-oh. I don't know why that broke. Did I make it too heavy? Hold on. I might have made that too heavy. I think it actually exploded under its own weight. Oops. Yeah, it's... If it looks like it's at 720... that might be the YouTube end of things. Actually, hold on. Let me just make sure. No, it doesn't even give me an option here. Stream health, everything looks good. Alright, well, hold on. We're going to go back to this real quick. I'm going to make that bigger and then tinker panel. I guess I over-tinkered this. Configure. Mass scale. Let's just do 10. Apply. Okay, that's more reasonable mass for a fuel tank to have. It's 1080 for side of days. Boom, there, see? It's 1080 for someone. Get good. Get a better screen. I don't know. Are you on mobile? If you're on mobile, then it might look bad. Oh, turn off the collision response. That's a good idea. It seems like the issue was fixed, so I'm not going to do it right now. We are going to relaunch at the actual launch pad, though. Launch complex 39B. There we go. 720p max for me, too. Side seems to be doing a little bit of trolling. Oh, maybe he is. I don't know. I'll look at it again, but I'm outputting at 1080, as far as I can tell. The launch pad's super happy. I should probably connect those. Let's just see if it launches fine, and then worry about whether or not the launch pad collapses. Alright, just to test launch, we're not actually taking it on the full mission. Yes. It works, and I have too much thrust-to-weight ratio. Yeah, it's 2.83 off the launch pad. Let's throttle down, I guess, but it doesn't matter. The solid rocket boosters are too powerful. Alright, that's fine. Let's see here. I guess throttle those down because they're too big. What's our first stage performance look like? 110%. Let's shoot for 150%. 1.5 thrust-to-weight ratio off the pad at full throttle. That probably will do us better. And I'm going to increase the scale on those nozzles because they're going to be operating more at higher altitudes, I realize. I'm also worried this first stage just may not burn long enough. I don't know. It seems like we've got the performance. It seems like it shouldn't be an issue. So I'm going to try it. Oh, the other thing. Probably will want to add, now that I'm thinking about it, some gimbals on these guys. Not some gimbals, some gyroscopes. The gimbals are on the engines. I do know that. I know what a gimbal is. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tuck that in. All the way. Thank you. Yeah, that should be enough. There's this clicking sound. Oh no. Is it just started? Has that just started? Hold on. Audio output. What's my audio output doing? No? Let me jiggle a cord real quick. Did that... Is it worse or is it better? That's always the question. Is it worse or is it better? Alright, let's throttle up here and give this another test flight. That's a little bit more reasonable for a starting thrust-to-weight ratio. Still overpowered as all get out, but more controllable. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. We're going so nicely now. Like a minute ago? Okay, and it stopped? That's weird. I think it's the audio jack that I have has worn out a little bit, and I haven't been able to replace it. Uh-oh. 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 Mayday. Mayday. Hold on. Relaunch. Oh, no! We're collapsing. Is it still going on? You said a minute ago. And then by the time you hear this, it will have been a minute ago from when I said it, because there's latency, which is always fun to deal with. And that rocket literally went sideways, and I'm trying to figure out why that's happening. I don't want to add fins. Where's my lift? Center of lift. Is my center of lift above my center of mass? That might be what the issue is. Because we have a very light payload at the top of this rocket and a very heavy bottom of the rocket, and that's going to make it hard to control. And I'm starting to think that might be what the issue is. Yeah, the fairing has too much drag. Oh, it's back. Oh, no. Please stop. Please stop, audio jack. Okay, let's go back to the builder. Hold on one second. Everyone, brace yourselves. Right now, brace yourselves. If you're wearing headphones, pull them away. Okay. Yeah, okay, so there's a couple of things we can do if this persists as an issue with the drag from the fairing being too much. Let's add... here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a little fin here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not going to have any control surfaces. And then I'm just going to tuck it inside the rocket so it's barely visible. Like that. That puts our center of lift decidedly below our center of mass. Sound stopped? Good. Good. I unplugged it and replugged it, which is the technical solution for just about any problem you encounter in life, is to unplug and replug it. Center of thrust appears to be too close to the center of mass. That's also possible. Let's take a look. Yeah, I don't know, it's fairly far away. One thing I could do is make this upper stage a little bit beefier, which does stretch it out. Let's try that. I'm not going to disable drag simulation just yet. Not just yet. There's a couple of different things that the issue might be we're going to try and deal with first. I really just want to get this probe into space, guys. That's all I'm trying to do right now. Ah, it's back? No. Yeah, the dot's so far back is the 100-ton launch pad. That's probably going to impact it. Okay, so our center of mass is probably higher than I think it is. Hold on, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to turn the volume on the mic down, and then hopefully the clicking noise will get filtered out by the gain. So I'm going to be softer sounding now, but hopefully that clicking noise gets filtered out. All right, we're going to try this. I'm also going to rotate the rocket. There we go. Is that going to give us a more controllable rocket, please? Please be more controllable. It's back, it's gone, it's back, it's gone. Come on, guys. Make up your mind. New role, click sound updater. You tell me when the click sound is back. That's your role. That's your job. Alright, how much fuel is in these? Oh, yeah, holy crap. Too much fuel are in these solid rocket boosters. Man, too much fuel. Still got plenty of fuel in that stage. Okay, this is going better. I think those fins fixed it. I'm trying to get my roll figured out here. We got 33% fuel in this tank. I'm going to lock that. Don't need to look at that right now. Just want to look at that. We're going to do a big pitch over here. Yes, this is controlling much nicer. Much nicer. Okay, solid rocket boosters are about to expire. 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. And oh, look at that. Look at that red exhaust plume. It's very pretty. We can go ahead and separate that fairing. We are way up here. Now we're just going to pitch over, throttle all the way up. What's my thrust to weight ratio right now? What am I sporting? 0.77. That's to be expected. We did turn down the power on these engines for increased efficiency. Nova Aerospace. A random question, but actually a good question. I just recently finished the Subnautica campaign. In the ending of Subnautica, the Neptune rocket, or whatever it was called, I believe it was the Neptune rocket, doesn't do a gravity turn on its way out of the atmosphere. Well, here's why it doesn't do that. It's a ocean survival game, and it's not accurate. It's just super not accurate. And boom, it's not a spoiler or anything. We won't tell you how it ends. You launch, like, the whole time you're trying to launch a rocket, right? You know that. That's not a spoiler. And besides, the game came out ages ago. Damn, that's one elaborate orbit. Yeah, there's some other stuff that we've done. This is the stream system that I've been, like, using every time. So there's other old missions here that we've launched in the past. Mr. Foxy is there. Which, Mr. Foxy isn't on the stream tonight. How sad. Let's go ahead and push out our sensor equipment and deploy our solar panels. Oh, that looks really pretty in space. We are struggling to get into orbit. I'm going to time accelerate, and hopefully this will be able to get into orbit here. We need to accelerate a lot. We've got like another minute. I paused the stream. Someone tell me when they stopped spoiling Subnautica. Dude, none of these are spoilers. And the game came out like 10 years ago. But you should know at the very least that the ending of the game is you launch off the rocket. Yeah, we're basically done. Alright, there's our first stage expired. Second stage, begin burning. I think we needed to pitch over earlier. That might be what we needed to do. I don't think this is going to get us into orbit, just because our flight profile was way off. Yeah. I mean, maybe. We're 350 kilometers up. So we've got 300 kilometers of altitude before we hit the atmosphere. Imagine if SimpleRockets 2 simulated exospheres. There's a reason it doesn't. That is so computationally heavy. Like, to do all those calculations would just be a nightmare, man. Let's look at our velocities. Vertical velocity is decreasing. That's good. Okay, we are going to get into orbit, but we wasted more fuel than I would have liked on a very costly maneuver here. Okay, that's us in orbit. The spacecraft looks really good. I'm very happy with how it looks. Do we have enough delta V to make it to Jupiter? We have 2,000 meters per second. That's not enough. I don't think that's enough in the regular system. That's definitely not going to be enough in this. Let's see. This is Jupiter, right? Yeah, that's Jupiter here. Hi, Jupiter. Let's target him. Oh, there's no way. There's no way that's going to be enough. All right, let's do a quick test. Let's see if we have enough delta V to get up to Jupiter's orbit. I'm going to hide all of those. Let's make a burn node, crank the sensitivity up to 11, and let her rip. Yeah, that's not going to do it, is it? It's 3,000 meters per second of delta V to get to the edge. 5,000. Nope. No siree. Alright, Jupiter orbit, 7,000 meters per second. Sensor might make the upper stage unbalanced. It will. I've mass tinkered them down, so it shouldn't be too bad. But it will impact it. That's why I tried to add some other heavier objects on the other side. Okay, so what can we do? Well, we can increase the amount of fuel we take on this upper stage, right? That's the first thing we can do. We can increase the amount of fuel we take on our core stage as well. We've got the thrust to weight ratio for it. Those solid rocket boosters are going to get us off the ground no matter what. This is a long, skinny boy, ain't it? Wait for a transfer window from there. Yeah. Well, you need to input enough energy to get up to that orbit. The one thing I'm thinking we could do is grav assist from instead of starting from Earth orbit. Yeah. I'm trying to do some critical thinking. We could go low and then like we could try to get a Venus grav assist out, or like maybe not even a Venus, maybe a Mars grav assist to Jupiter. That might be the better way to do it. Some more fuel doesn't hurt. Let's take a look at what we've got to work with here. 5,000 and 5,000, that's not enough. Oh, mystery beyond mystery. I don't know. Let's add some fuel at the top of that stage. Maybe that'll help. Okay. You know what? We're going to go for it. I might try what you're suggesting there. Get into orbit first and then worry about getting the transfer window. The other thing we can do is wait for a Mars transfer. And then try to do a... I wish Venus wasn't the embodiment of hell. Jeez. I guess I wish that too. Yeah, I'm thinking the Mars transfer or the Mars grav assist. That's got to be the way to do it, right? Mars grav assist. We'll try that. We'll try a Mars gravity assist out to Jupiter's orbit. If that doesn't work, then oh well. We're going to give it a shot. I'm also going to do a much more aggressive roll here. Okay, throttle up. Engines. Release. And we'll pitch over right away. and then start a roll. Okay, so our roll's going. Counteract the roll now. Okay, that's squared away. Now I'm going to point down my velocity vector, my prograde velocity vector, and we're just going to go for it. Clickety, clickety, clack. Clickety, clickety, clack. Yep. I'm assuming you're talking about my keyboard. If you're talking about noise, if there's static on the line again, God help me. Sound is back, says Jacob Daniels. Mother of all things holy. You know what, guys? All right, turn up the stream volume for me. Turn up the stream volume. Or you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, while that's flying. No, I don't want to mute myself. I accidentally muted everything. Increase the noise gate threshold. Does this get over the threshold? Yeah, this gets over the threshold. All right. Push my noise gate up a little bit. Automatic machine gun firing in the background. It's definitely not that. Alright, we're going to pitch way over now. And I'm going to throttle way down on my main engine because we don't need a 6 thrust to weight ratio. Holy cow. Oh, and just when I throttle down, now that's when they separate. Ah, mother. You know what's weird is I've done hours of audio recording for videos and I've never heard. It's pretty quiet now. Okay, I turned the noise gate up, which hopefully should filter it out for the most part. I hope it filters it out. I don't know. We'll see. Fairings can definitely separate. That should have separated a while ago, honestly. And let's just pitch that way and hope that this works. I think I induced more. Do I need to just increase my first stage thrust to weight ratio? Make those better engines? We could, so those are just gas generator ones. We could go to, what are they called? Full flow staged combustion cycles. That's what it's called. We could upgrade the engines to full flow staged combustion cycles. That'll increase the efficiency and power of those engines a lot. That is my first thought of solutions. My second thought is cheat. But I don't want to do that. Oh, look at that bloom effect. That's very pretty. Alright. It's gone now. No, there it is. Look at that bloom effect right there around the engine. So nice. So, it sounds like this. Someone rapidly vibrating their hand under a table. That sounds inappropriate. That sentence spoken aloud sounds so wrong. Oh, man. I don't like how that sentence sounds. Alright, we're... Hold on. Yeah, nope. Alright, that's just not going to cut it. I know that's not going to cut it. Sure, we're going to get to orbit, but it's not enough. We're going to boost our engines to the full flow stage combustion cycle. Is that what the Titan III actually ran? Absolutely not. But you know what? Hold on, did I just pass it? Rich. Pressure fed electric, full flow staged. Nope. Full flow staged. There we go. Scale them down a little bit so they don't clip. Down a little bit more. Let's do 80%. How does that change it? That seems to give us better performance. Yeah, the inclination of Cape Canaveral can be frustrating, huh? Full flow combustion. Make that a little longer to accommodate for the larger engine. Okay. Put that there. Delta V. Those guys burn. Separate. Fairing base. 4760. That seems less. How is that less? How do I have less delta V? Oh wait, did that change the fuel type? Yeah, it changed the fuel type. That'll do it right there. I gotta go back because that's less fuel, isn't it? Yep. There we go. Now it's more. That's actually still less, which is weird. But that upper stage is more, which is correct. And 1.57, 2.57 thrust to weight ratios. All right. Okay. All right. I think that's going to do it. If that doesn't do it, I'm going to freaking teleport this thing to Jupiter. You get more delta V, I get some of your engine thrust. I don't like that trade deal. I like the amount of engine thrust I have. I feel like the amount of engine thrust I have is an appropriate amount of engine thrust. So I'm going to say no to that trade deal. All right, 3, 2, 1, liftoff. And release. All right, great. Pitch over and start rolling. I'm going to roll hard here for a minute. Let it coast. All right, start rolling to stop it. And we're going to pitch over pretty aggressively. Now that we fixed the aerodynamics problem, I'm going to pitch over a lot more aggressively on this flight because I need to get as much lateral velocity out of this as I can. I'm also going to way throttle down on that main engine because I need as much fuel on it as possible. Okay, that's a pretty good trajectory so far. Teleport to Jupiter. Yeah, that is almost the point that I'm at here. It's not like the challenge is just getting out of the atmosphere too. That's the frustrating part. The hard parts of the mission I'm not even worried about. I'm just trying to get out of the atmosphere. Okay, doing good so far. I'm gonna pitch over more. Oh, that was too much. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, come back! Come back! Come back! Come back! Come back! Oh, come on! Come on! Ha! Ha ha! I survived. That almost went too far and then flipped around, but no siree. Not in my house. Okay, let's go orbital prograde. Separate, throttle up, and there we go. We got that 1.45 thrust to weight ratio right away. That feels good right there. Go ahead and separate our fairings as well. Out over the ocean. I feel like we're doing better. We have a thrust to weight ratio of greater than 1, so I feel like that's doing better. Yeah, it's sitting there. And I've used Tinker Panel on some things, but only cosmetic things where it makes sense. Oh, boom, I like that trade deal a lot better. The woodpeckers need to die. That's what we'll call them from now on. We've got woodpeckers on the live stream. I'm going to have to listen to the feedback on this one after the live stream and see what you guys are talking about. I don't hear anything, but it's definitely on the output side. It's quite annoying, though. Okay, I'm thinking this is going to be a lot happier of a launch trajectory. Okay, main engine cutoff and second stage separation and ignition. We can tweak there's one more thing I think we can tweak is to reduce the nozzle diameter. Sounds like a BB gun. All right, everyone close your ears. I'm gonna do the thing where I unplug it and replug it in. All right, everyone close your ears. Unplugged. I'm also gonna unplug you. Maybe it's this connector. I'm worried it might be that connector. There we go. Alright, everyone can open their ears again. I have maybe fixed it? I've done something. Whether it fixed it or not has yet to be determined. And we're not going to have enough delta V on this one either. Joy. Okay. Second engine cut off. We're going to coast up to apoapsis here. Another long burn at apoapsis. Throttle down. Just getting into orbit is so hard. So freaking annoying. Ooh, you know, I've still got that blue origin. I forgot that the new Glenn rocket that everyone hates. I've got one of those designed for RSS that's got like plenty of performance. We could do that. Ah, 2,851 meters per second left. Not enough. It's not enough. Whatever will I do, guys? You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to come around to the dark side of the planet. And we're going to throttle up. We're going to do an escape burn. We're going to get into orbit around the sun. No, we're not. I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that thing that I just said we would do. Do you know what? Not why we're not going to do that thing? Because we can't, apparently. How much does this thing weigh right now? 3,192 kilograms. Voyager 1 mass. How much did it weigh? 1,592 pounds, which is 721 kilograms. Oh, well, that might be part of the issue. Is that our craft weighs so much more than the actual Voyager 1 did. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're at 91,000 kilometers. Let's see if we can't make this work with the ion engine. Nope. All right. Not working. Not working today. The woodpeckers are pecking. Uh-oh. Let me sit here for a moment in silence and contemplate what I'm doing. Okay. We're gonna use the Tinker panel and we're going to figure out how to make the probe weigh less. Because the Voyager did not weigh this much. That's what I've gathered. So what can we do to cut down on the weight? Oh yeah, I remember. These are way too heavy, aren't they? Let's shrink that down a lot. Alright, that's one thing. This can go down a lot too. And this can go down a lot. Those are all too heavy, that's fine. Alright. Those don't weigh anything. I already adjusted those. Those don't weigh anything. Those are just aesthetic. That's not going to weigh 76 kilograms. It's literally just for show. Actually, yeah, that's just for show. Anything that's for show goes to 0 kilograms right away. 46 kilograms, that's a little heavy. 0, 7. Okay, hold on. How much does this weigh? 2,340 kilograms. Most of that's tied up in the fuel here. That makes sense. Okay, let's empty that fuel tank. 1,842 kilograms. That's progress. You know what? Here's another thing we can do. We're just going to do 2 solar panels. That reduces the weight. Because we don't even need the solar panels all that much. Don't need the solar panels that much at all. What else? These... No, we tinkered those weights down, so those shouldn't be an issue. Do we... No, we didn't... Alright, that needs to be, like, not that heavy. What about these guys? Less heavy. Also less heavy. These are tiny little hinges. They shouldn't weigh that much at all. What am I missing here? What am I not seeing on the spacecraft? Like, obviously that weighs 700 kilograms. Can't get around that. Sure. How much does the engine weigh? 50 kilograms? That's totally reasonable. Alright, we, like, halved the weight of our payload. Let's see if that has... Oh, no. There we go. Let's see if that has any effect on our delta V. It better. It better have a significant effect on our delta V. It did! Okay, so we've got a lot more delta V. We've got 5,156 and 6,000 meters per second of delta V. Fast forward to Minecraft button spamming sounds. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what the issue is with this thing. I wish I did. Here's the other thing we can do. Oh, joy. Hold on. Get rid of half of that fuel tank for a second. Make our SRBs longer. Bring that over, and then here's what... There was one other thing that I remembered I wanted to fix. Rotate. Oh, I can't connect to a symmetric part? Okay, hold on. This is where we break symmetry. Select root, break symmetry. Okay. Part connections. Rotate, surface, connect. Okay. Alright, everybody. Let's give her one more go. Let's give her one more go. If I can't get this now, then we'll come back to it. We'll try it again some other time. We'll give it one more go. And, you know, I'll do some more work behind the scenes. Maybe we'll see this in the next live stream. Me finishing this mission. Because this is... We're coming up on 2 hours now. Alright. Throttle up. I fucked up the staging order. So throttle down. Shoot. Sorry I swore there, but nope. Up. Okay, never mind. Undo flight. I accidentally lit one engine, but not the other. Oh boy, we're getting tired. Jonathan. Alright, have a good night, dude. Enjoy your classes. I will see you in the next video or live stream. You have a good one. Do well in class. Definitely do well in class. Don't say I wasn't a good influence on you guys. Never mind the fact that I just spilled water on myself. The lid on that thing sucks. I have a bad mug. Alright, we're going to try this again, but this time we fixed the staging order. As Scott Manley likes to say, check yo staging. Throttle up. Engines lit. Separate from the pad. Immediately start banking over hard and rolling. Alright. Flight profile looks nominal. We're going to start counter-rotating now. Slow down. Not so far. Okay. A little over-torqued there, but that's fine. We're going to throttle down. And then we're going to pitch over a healthy amount. There we go. Unrelated, but I want to hear what you think of the meme I posted in the memes on the ISS Discord server. I'm not looking at that right now. I was like, it's not in front of me right now. You know what? I will comment. I will leave a message in the general. I'll go back to the Discord server and take a look at it, since you asked nicely. Uh-oh. 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 Why are you doing that? Pitch forward, please. We're gonna make some tweaks to the autopilot real quick. Oh, those are bad tweaks. I made bad tweaks. Oh, no. Come back. Come back. Come back. No, 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 no. Don't pitch that way. Ah! Why are you doing that? End flight. Retry. Why did you do that? Silly rocket. Why are you pointing at the ground now? That's not what I asked for. Ugh. 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 This is a real challenge. I'm being challenged. Something about this design is bad. The launcher. Something about it is just bad. I don't know what, but something is off here. Yeah, I wouldn't trust it either, but I kind of have to for this one. I don't have to, but I'm just going to. Okay. Lock, prograde velocity vector. Link to it, link to the Discord. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Don't switch. I'll make a link. Invite people. While that rocket is flying itself. Alright. There's a link in the chat. Everyone should be able to get to it now. I need to go back to flying this rocket manually. I wasn't paying attention for a second there. Okay, we seem to be doing a lot better now. Whether we actually are doing better has yet to be determined, but we seem to be doing better. We seem to be flying more stably. And where is our apoapsis now? So we're going handsomely into the sky here. We're going to roll over again on accident because I accidentally didn't do that right. And then let's point on our orbital velocity reference. Solid rocket boosters burned out and are separated. And we are outside of the atmosphere, so we can detach that. I'm going to throttle up and point at the horizon, and we are going to get into orbit. That is the only goal at this point, is to get into orbit. Our probe is looking mighty fine on the end of that rocket. Okay. What's our delta V? We've got not a ton of delta V left in that stage. That's fine. 7,500 meters per second of delta V on this stage. Oh, we might actually have enough. We might actually have enough, guys. This might actually do it. This might be a successful mission. Actually. Yep. This might actually do it. It is a nice sound, isn't it? Like, breaks away. Okay, hold on. We're accelerating a little too aggressively. 5,000 meters per second of delta V. If we do a Mars grav assist, we might actually have the delta V for this mission. I'm suddenly optimistic. Alright, engine spooled up. Get her into orbit. Okay, we are in orbit. Deploy the solar panels. Deploy everything. Spread everything out here. What was this one? Oh, that's right. Hold on. 1, 2. Flip this around. Off. Okay. Now I can turn that off. Everything there is turned off. Everything is deployed. Looking good. Everything is nominal. All right, let's get into orbit around the sun. We should have plenty of delta V for this maneuver. So what I'm going to do, turn those off for a second, just looking at the planet here. Pick this spot in our orbit. And we're going to go for it. That puts us on a trajectory. Do not have the delta V budget for an orbital inclination change, huh? There. Let's just do that. Lock. Lock and burn. Here we go. Can't really see it. Wait, where am I looking? Oh, here we go. Where are the lights? Oh, that's right. I turned the lights off. Slider 1, 1, 2. There we go. Generating his 500 watts of electricity. Attaboy. Alright, let's time warp through this burn. This is going to be most of our fuel. We'll have a little bit left in this stage, but not a ton. 3, 2, 1. 3% fuel, 1,000 meters per second. A little under 1,000 meters per second. We are off. And we are out of Drew's sphere, or not Drew. This isn't Juno. We are out of Earth's sphere of influence. Now, I need to get a grav assist with Mars that kicks me up into Jupiter's orbit somehow. Somehow. That's what we've got to do. We're flying around here. All right, let's see if we can get a intercept. Nope, we need to be closer. Okay, let's try it now. Ooh, that's really good. That's really close. Not quite. Okay. Stop. Try it now. Oh, it's so close. I think our inclination's a little off, though, isn't it? Yeah, our inclination's a little off, huh? We need another 3,000 meters per second to get this burn. You gotta be are you shitting me right now? Oh, okay. Alright, lock the burn, I guess. That's fine. We'll get a third, a fourth of this burn done on this stage. Cool. Yep. Alright, separate that. We have just got the probe now. Light its engine. How much is that producing? Can I click on it? How much closer do I have to get to this thing? Excuse me. Hello? Hello? Can I get any closer to you? There we go. We're generating a total of no thrust. 3,367. Or 367,000 watts. And our little RTG is generating 500 watts, but our battery is not holding up to the demand here. Okay, let's recharge the battery. This is a pulsed ion thruster now. Charge the battery, fire the battery, charge the battery, fire the battery, charge the battery, fire the battery, fire the battery, fire the battery. Alright, guys. We're going to have to come back to this. I'm going to have to do some real math. We're going to have to actually figure some stuff out. But just because this was an abject failure of a mission doesn't mean we're not going to come away with some reward here, right? There is one thing that we can do to make this a little bit more worthwhile before we sign off for tonight. And that is switch to my camera. And then let's target Earth. Let's look back at Earth. Set it as our target. Great. Now I'm going to lock to target. Good. Zoom in all the way. That's kind of far away, isn't it? Can we get any closer to Earth? Actually, we can. As it passes by us here. There's the dark side of Earth. Actually, hold on. Maybe we even get the sun in frame here? No. No dice. Oh, there it was. We just had the sun in frame. Darn it. Wish I could reverse time. That's a pretty cool screenshot right there, if I don't say so. Something's freaking out with the rocket, but that's fine. Alright, everyone. Thinking of putting hybrid rockets on an interplanetary spaceship. That sounds like a cool idea. We were not able to get a Voyager probe into orbit around Jupiter or Saturn. We barely were able to get it out of the Earth's sphere of influence. I have severely underestimated how difficult actual rockets in actual space are. So we're going to come back to this. I'm not done. I'm not throwing in the towel, but we're going to come back to this next weekend. I'm going to do some research and continue to work on this between live streams. And then hopefully next week we can do the mission start to finish flawlessly. Get some cool pictures, chat while I fly it. It should look great. It'll be awesome. It'll be a ton of fun. Until then, I hope you guys have a great week. And you know what? I will see you in the next video that I do, which will be coming out here in the next couple of days, actually. Expect a couple of different videos. I'm working on one right now on orbital mechanics and terminology, which should be a useful tutorial for anyone who maybe feels like they don't understand a lot of the lingo that gets thrown around a lot of the time. So look out for those. Those will be coming out soon, and I hope you have a great week. You guys take care, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys.